Red Sox. Welcome inside friendly Fenway. Matt Vasgersian alongside Harold Reynolds, former National League MVP Jimmy Rollins, and fashioning the latest from the Hawk Harrelson line, two-time American League All-Star.
You better believe this is my shout-out to Hawk, 67, Boston and Cardinals. Here you go, Hawk. This is a mind-bender just for you.
Let's start with the Cardinals. Only 6 times, Harold, in World Series history has a team come back from a 3-2 deficit to win 2 on the road and claim a title. They're up against it tonight.
No doubt, but you worry about Game 7 if you get there. They got Walker going tonight, so I think they're comfortable with where they're at, even though it is 3-2. They feel good about the young man.
You have to. You got the guy that has pitched the best in the postseason, throughout Major League Baseball this year. So if you're going to win, he gives you your best chance. You have to score runs, but you got the guy you want on the mound.
Yeah, you guys might feel comfortable with the Cardinals, but I'd rather be the Red Sox right now. At home, in front of this crazy crowd, up 3-2 with a chance to win a first World Series here in a really long time. I'd much rather be a Red Sox right now.
Making things more interesting in this series, and for the Cardinals in particular, the fact that their trip yesterday from St. Louis to Boston, which was supposed to be just a quick jump, was delayed by 7 hours due to a mechanical problem. Is this a big deal for the Cardinals at all?
Well, it's a big deal because you got stuck on the plane for 7 hours. But other than that, no, you get to the city, you get ready, you get yourself ready to play ball.
Well, the flight has never ruined the way I played baseball the next day. Obviously, you don't want to be on a plane all that long, but you plan to be on the road. So you take it as part of something that happens.
The players are fine, the wives are fine. It's the kids, man. The kids, Jimmy. iPads and that stuff only lasts for so long. My kids would be going crazy after their iPads die and the movie players die. They'd be like, what do I do? Where do I go? But they did a great job.
For a little bit more on the Cardinals' longer than expected trip, Ken Rosenthal is with St. Louis third baseman David Freese.
Thanks, Matt. David, I know you had an interesting journey yesterday. What was it like, and how much will it affect the team tonight?
Oh, it's not going to affect us at all. We actually had a pretty good time on the plane, just hanging out. Obviously, it was a long day, but we're all rested up, ready to go.
Michael Wacha tonight. How confident are you in him, and how confident are you that you can still win this series?
Yeah, I think we're real confident in all aspects. I think we have a good shot of winning tonight. I know Boston believes the same thing, that they can go out there and finish this up. So it's gonna be a dogfight, but we're pumped to have Walk on the mound, and I think we got to do our job offensively and put up some runs.
David, thanks a lot. Now over to Aaron Andrews.
You were telling me the other day, I don't know what to say to people when they ask me why I'm in such a zone. I was born for this. Have you ever seen the ball this well before in your career?
I have. The thing is that, this is a stage where, there's not 30 teams playing.
Yeah.
It's only 2 teams playing, and whenever you make some noise, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I have some time like that this season, this year, and you've seen the ball well and getting it done.
You said, I'm not thinking and I don't want to start. Well, tonight, think about it. You're up 3-2. Mike Napoli is back in the lineup. The Fenway crowd is here. Everybody's already nuts at batting practice. What's the vibe inside that clubhouse?
It's good. It's good. But it's not like, we feel like we won this. No, it's not like that. We got to come out. Like I say, the Cardinals have a really good team, had a great pitching, and they're giving a great effort. So got to come in and play the game just like we have and try to make it happen.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Maddie, back over to you.
Aaron, thanks. Right to the Red Sox starting lineup. Back out there tonight is Shane Victorino after missing games 4 and 5 with the back injury. David Ross will catch in the 3rd straight, and Mike Napoli, most notably, back in there for the first time since Game 2 at first base, batting number 4, the protection policy behind David Ortiz, who, Harold, remains the hottest hitter in this series.
Yeah, you look at the 360 on the board there. That's a little deceiving. Why? Because he's 11 for his last 15. 11 for 15 in the World Series. So I'm going to take you through. What is he doing to make it so special? One, the timing's impeccable. The leg kick, the foot down, and he's hitting everything in the zone. You look at the quadrants that he's reaching, and they haven't been able to figure out a way to get him out as he continues to just pepper the zone. Look at where he's hitting these balls at. And right here, the ball down the middle and away. And I worry about Walker tonight. Why? Because the last time he faced him, second time around, he gets the changeup, he drives it over the wall. But Jimmy, he's done a nice job of covering the strike zone.
Right now, there isn't a pitch that he can't hit. I was looking at that, and I noticed there was a little itty-bitty spot down in there, but I don't think you want to mess with down in there to a left-handed hitter. You know better than I would.
Hey, if I'm catching tonight, if I'm Yadi Molina, I'm slopping him to death. I'm throwing all the soft stuff. I gets frustrated if you just keep throwing him slow and slow and slow. He'll get frustrated. He will get out of his zone if you let him.
To the Cardinals lineup for Game 6. This is the group Mike Matheny hopes to stave off World Series elimination with. And some notable matchup numbers against John Lackey. Carlos Beltran, 1 for 12 against him. Matt Holliday, just 1 for 10 against John Lackey. And what about the Red Sox starter tonight, AJ?
Well, they have a tall order literally tonight. That's all texting John Lackey. The thing John Lackey does better than most guys is he changes speeds on his breaking ball. And he throws it anytime he wants. Look at these pitches and look at the different breaks on him. 78 right there, 1-0. There's another one, 81. These are all just different speeds, different breaking balls. He has the ability to change speeds and change his break. It's amazing how well he's done this. He's learned to become a different pitcher. Watch Matt Carpenter right here. Oh, boy, what did he just throw me? If I'm a Cardinal hitter tonight, Jimmy, I'm going up there. I'm sitting solid, buddy. I'm sitting on a breaking ball because you're going to get one. John Lackey, especially in a big situation, he's going to throw something soft to these Cardinals, and it's worked for him this whole postseason.
It definitely has, and that's part of making the adjustment, expecting what he's going to do and sitting on it.
Guys, one thing that worries me is that he came in the game the other day. I know it was a throw day, but those were stress pitches. He's only thrown 100 pitches in a game one time in the last 53 days. So this is going to end up being a bullpen game for the Red Sox.
J-Roll, Michael Wacha undefeated in the postseason. He's undefeated after Cardinal losses in the postseason. More importantly, a lot on him tonight, of course.
Definitely, a lot is on him, and he's been in this situation following the Cardinal loss and it being a big game. And we can take a look at the tape right here. What makes him so effective? He has swing and miss stuff. He doesn't waste a lot of time. He doesn't go 0-2. The next thing you know is 3-2. Your team's out of it. They're rolling their eyes like, just put this guy away. When you do that, you keep your team in the game. You have a rhythm. And the other side of it is you get guys to swing early. When you're throwing a lot of strikes, you pound the zone, you're going to make them swing the bat. They have an option to be 0-2 real quick or to make quick outs because he isn't giving up hits and he isn't giving up runs. So if you're the Cardinals, you feel good with that on the mound, knowing that he has swing and miss stuff, and after following a loss, he's undefeated.
He works fast too, doesn't he? You know why, Jimmy? They had a 20-second pitch clock. Ever heard of such a thing? They were like, it's not a shot clock like they have in college basketball. 20 seconds you had to throw the ball in college. It's a rule, a new rule in college baseball. I'm all for it. Heck, when I hit, I don't want to waste no time. So let's get up there and let's swing the bat and make these guys throw the ball.
Well,
the other thing that happens is your defense, you talked about the defense, they're ready to go. Nothing worse as a defender than your pitcher standing around. Now you stand around. Get it going. We need to change this and implement that. I like that. 20 seconds.
Guys, as we inch closer to game time, it's time for our first break. But up next, he stands 5'7", but plays with the biggest heart in the league. Tim McCarver gets inside the chip on the shoulder of Red Sox second baseman Dustin Pedroia.
I just said I've chopped down bigger guys than you before to get into a fight.
I heard he didn't laugh.
He didn't laugh?
That's
good. Good.
Well, the Red Sox have lost consecutive home games only once since the end of July. If they can keep that alive tonight, they're going to walk out of here tonight 2013 World Series champs. During his 21-year playing career, Tim McCarver shared the field with some of the game's all-time greats, Hall of Famers, tough guys, baseball lifers. There is one current player, however, who Tim considers to be one of the best he's ever seen play, Red Sox second baseman Dustin Pedroia.
How is this year different from 2007, your rookie season?
In 2007, I was just trying to learn from all the other guys. Now I have a little bit more responsibility with the leadership role with the team. You can't worry about yourself as much. Even if I have a tough at bat and I ground into a double play, I can't show as much emotion because it could wear on another guy. If they think I'm down, that might bring them down.
You battle the fact that you're 5'7". That bothers you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it did. It doesn't anymore. I mean, I had a scout say, man, if you were 3 or 4 inches taller, we'd take you with our first pick. I'm like, man, you'd take me with your first pick if I was, that much like this? That stinks, man. I got to get on my mom and dad for being short. But it all worked out. I mean, it gives you an edge to prove people wrong and helps me out with ground balls because I'm so low to the ground, I guess.
This low center of gravity gives Dustin a unique perspective. In a game of inches, he is highly creative and the game's quickest thinker. And at no time was this more evident than versus the Detroit Tigers. Wow.
I had it played out in my mind. This is kind of crazy. I was going to tag Vic, throw it to Knapp, and hopefully Prince froze enough to where Knapp could throw him out at home. We get a triple play. That's how I was thinking in my mind. And then
you're thinking triple play.
Yeah,
that's great, though. I mean,
I was thinking so fast. I'm like, man, I have issues. You know, I might want to settle down. Let's, you know, calm down, make sure we get outs.
you've always impressed, I think, everybody that you care more about baseball than money. And I think you proved that in April. Tell us about that dinner.
It was me, my agents, the owners, and Ben. They kind of asked me how the team was. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to win the World Series. They kind of thought I was nuts. I'm like, that's my goal every year, is to show up and win our last game. If we don't do that, I'm devastated. Every year, if you don't win, it rips your heart out, and I don't want to feel that. And I think they thought I was nuts, man.
Why? Why did they think you were nuts? I mean, you don't know how the free agent...
If I had told you when we got to spring training we're going to win the World Series, how would you look at me? Probably like I'm nuts, huh?
Probably.
That's probably how they looked at me a little bit.
And ultimately, you ended up signing for a lot less money had you gone on the market.
Yeah, probably. This is my home. I mean, I don't want to play. The Red Sox drafted me in 2004, and every other team had their chance to draft me, and they didn't.
Are you paying the Red Sox back?
Hopefully, if we win, yeah. I want to pay them back with championships. And I want the Red Sox to be known for, we do things right. When you come in to play the Red Sox, you know that it's going to be all about baseball and winning.
I love this interview. I hope you do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mean, it really is awesome.
The former AL MVP, certainly a hero to the vertically challenged and to everybody who's a member of Red Sox Nation. And Jimmy, along with David Ortiz, maybe even more so than Big Papi, he's the heart and soul of this team.
So he definitely is. I got a chance to play with Dustin in the WBC, and you understand, playing with him, why he's such a personality and why he's so infectious. He comes with an intensity every single day, but he does it with a smile, and you can't help but love a guy that goes up there, talks trash, and gets it done. He comes up with stories, and you hear things like, this can't be true, then you meet him and you say, yeah, it probably was.
Has there ever been a guy that's willed himself to be a better player than Dustin Pedroia? If you look at him, his talents and his skill set doesn't match what he does on the field. He wills himself. In that 2008 MVP he won, he can thank the Chicago White Sox. Ozzie Guillen gave him all the press after he went about, I think, 14 for 15 off us in a series here in Fenway. We got him out, and it was only because he hit a ball, I think, to the warning track that our center fielder caught.
When it was throwing those pitches.
Talk about, yeah, exactly. And talk about talking trash. I got to tell this quick story, because this is who Pedroia is to me. It's the second season plan. Joe Mauer's catching. He's facing the Twins. He fouls off 10 pitches, and Mauer says, Joe, he turns to Dusty, he says, I don't know what to throw you. He goes, don't worry about it, Joe. Neither does the rest of the league. Next pitch gets a knock. But second base is defined by the pivot. And to me, that's the difference here when we start talking about him, is this pivot. And what he does so well, not worrying about getting hit, is you find the base, you locate it, but he's consistent with his pattern. He gets his left foot on the bag. This allows you to be vertical, be able to make adjustments, and two hands on the pivot and get rid of the ball. Now when you get pressure in a situation like this, you get up and get rid of it, and you wonder, why is he able to do that? He's consistent. The left foot on the bag, two hands on the pivot, and if you get in the air and they may hit your leg, you're not going to get hurt. That's why he plays so many games. You may see him get hit, but Matt, he's not worried about getting hit or the pressure being on him, because he's consistent in what he does. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite players.
He's got an attitude like one of the members of the Bad News Bears and a skill set of a member of the 2013 Red Sox.
Jimmy, I think Jimmy should talk about the pivot. I mean, I'm the guy trying to break it up. Jimmy, how the heck do you guys get out of the way when someone like me's coming at you?
So you got to know how to dance. Got to have some rhythm around the bag. And he's one of the guys, along with Robinson Cano, that seems like you get it to him, they can turn anything.
He's got everything coming at him. It's the second baseman that have the courage out there.
All right, guys, time for us to take another quick break. The Cardinals and Red Sox have been involved in some of the most notable Game 6 moments in World Series history. Will there be more magic tonight? MLB Network. We are almost set for Game 6, and back in 1975, Louis Tion started it, and Carlton Fisk, with his memorable walk-off home run on that rainy October night, ended it. They have thrown out the ceremonial first pitch prior to Game 6 tonight.
Long beard, man.
I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. Pudge and El Tiante back together again. Tomorrow, when we wake up, what's Jimmy's Jam going to tell us about this game?
Jimmy Jam is going to say, Sox, ring it in. They're playing for another ring, getting their third ring in this 10-year decade that the Sox have reigned with the win tonight.
Well, I love your prediction, Jimmy, but you're wrong. So here we go. Brzezinski's press right here. Walker the walk, talk the talk. Walker again, does it again, 5-0 in the postseason. He's going to deal again tonight in Fenway Park in front of this crowd. We're coming back tomorrow.
Well, I guess I'm the decider here, but I'm on the side of baseball. Seventh heaven. We're going to see a seventh game. These two teams are too evenly matched. It's going to be another game. We'll be back here tomorrow.
Brzezinski's press is filled with clever wordplay, but there's clearly no fashion editor at that publication.
Hey, we all can't pull this off, Matty. You guys all went for the calm, cool, collected suit. I figured I'd step it out to clinch a game. Let's go.
You know, everybody has kind of waited for the bloom to come off the Michael Walker Rose in the postseason. It hasn't so far, and Harold, you're saying he's going to be strong again tonight.
I think he'll be strong. The big thing to me is going to be a bullpen game, and I think at this point in time, I'm leaning more toward the Cardinal bullpen.
There's definitely going to be a strong performance by Michael, but are they going to score enough runs for him? And they haven't done that so far.
We talked about the memorable Game 6s that these two teams have been involved in World Series history. One about to begin. Time to send it down to PA announcer Henry Mahegan.
And now, to present our national anthem, we welcome the beloved Boston Band, whose music is part of the soundtrack of Fenway Park. A band now loved all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Boston's own, the Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the ship it up to Boston!
As the Dropkick Murphys get Fenway fired up, first pitch is just ahead. Michael Walker.
13 World Series. It's Fenway Park. It's the Cardinals and the Red Sox. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. Tim McCarver is coming right up. What a series this has been so far. And so now here at Fenway Park, Boston has a chance to clinch in front of the home crowd here at Fenway for the first time since 1918. Who's standing in their way? A kid who, I guess if you weren't in St. Louis by mid-September, you didn't even know how to pronounce his name. It's pronounced Waka. And everybody knows Waka around baseball now, and that's because this guy's been so good. And Tim, he's already been on the mound, on the road with his team facing elimination this postseason.
It's an unusual combination that he has, too. Fastball changeup, not fastball curve or fastball slider. He threw over 100 pitches his last outing against the Red Sox, almost 40% changeups. Unbelievable. I guess that's why he is 4-0 in the postseason. And check the opponent's average against him, only 122.
Guess who got him in Game 2 in that start when he was matched up that night? against John Lackey. His name, David Ortiz. And David Ortiz right now just seems like an impossible out.
We've talked about it. The ball's got to look bigger to him. Consider this. David Ortiz, of course, a power hitter. 6 years he has struck out over 100 times. 1 year, 145 times. That means that he swings through a lot of pitches. And he's only swung through 3 of 73 pitches against Cardinal pitching this series. That's remarkable.
It's got your attention. That's got baseball's attention. Right now, this World Series has the sports world's attention. We get set for Game 6 coming up right now. Game 6 of the World Series. There's just something special about it, where crazy things always seem to happen, especially with these two teams. In a series that has already seen some of the strangest endings of all time, one can only dream of what tonight has in store. Here we go with Giants. And then we go back to ALCS game number 3 when he stared down the Tigers and Justin Verlander got a 1-0 win. And then out of the bullpen, game 4 in St. Louis, pitched a scoreless 8th inning and pitched around an error. A big reason why the Red Sox won that game, and they lead this best-of-7 series 3-2. He gets the ball here tonight. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by MasterCard, preferred card of Major League Baseball since 1997. Here's a lineup that John Lackey will face, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Matt Carpenter leads off at second base. Carlos Beltran bats second and right. Then Matt Holliday, Alan Craig back at DH. Yadier Molina hits 5th. Matt Adams, the rookie first baseman. David Freese hitting 7th. John Jay in center, and Daniel Descalso is at shortstop against the right-hander, and he bats 9th. The opening pitch will be brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And while we look at this 10-game winner during the regular season, but a guy who's found another gear in October, we remind you, for coverage of this game in Spanish, please tune into Fox Deportes.
Take a look at the scouting report on John Lackey. 2 runs better at home, only a 2.47 earned run average here in Boston. Increasingly more curveballs. That's pretty easy to tell. The Detroit Tigers can tell you that. And will he be in another clincher? We'll find out in at least 9 innings.
Take a look at the defense for the Red Sox behind John Lackey. And there's one guy in front of him. Johnny Gomes in left, Jacoby Ellsbury in center, and Shane Victorino back in there. He's in right. He just was awarded a Gold Glove. Same for Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman. Napoli at first. Stephen Drew, the shortstop. Xander Bogaerts, the rookie, at third. And it's David Ross doing the catching. And off we go in Game 6. Strike one.
First thing on the Cardinals' minds, take the crowd out of this game. It's going to be tough unless they score early.
47-degree night. The 0-1. Just outside. Carpenter, then Beltran, then Holliday here in the first inning. Cardinals trying to win tonight to force a Game 7 tomorrow night. Here's a 1-1. Up and away, 2-1. Harold Reynolds in our pregame talked a lot about Lackey and him coming out of the bullpen in Game 4 and how that may affect him here tonight. That was his side day to work. Here's a 2-1. 2-2. Do you think that relief appearance affects John Lackey at all tonight?
I don't think so. No.
17 pitches, pitched around an error, and was impressive in the 8th.
The adrenaline will take care of those 17 pitches.
2-2. Well hit into left. Back is Gomes on the track for out number 1. And a loud out to start the night for Matt Carpenter, who's now 5 for 23 in this World Series. We've come all the way around, and John Hirschbeck, who started this World Series behind the plate, has made his way to first. Jim Joyce is the home plate umpire. Mark Wegner at second, Dana Demuth at third, Paul Emmel in left, and Bill Miller in right. Here's Beltran. Ball one outside. Beltran 1 for 12 in his career against John Lackey. Two and 0. Carlos, when his teams have faced elimination in his postseason career, he's been involved in 9 such games. He's hit .333 with 2 homers, 5 RBIs. There are his numbers against Lackey. And he rips one at Pedroia. What a play. 2 out.
What a position. Deep, shallow right or deep second on the in-between hop to get Beltran. Any other left-handed hitter, there is no way they make that play. You talk about precision on the shift. You just saw it.
It's one thing to be there, and then it's another to field cleanly that tough hop.
Yeah. Victorino's made a couple of throws from that area during the postseason, trying to get the 9-3 put out.
Here's Holiday. Strike one. Matt Holliday is 1 for 10 against Lackey. Beltran was jumping on a 2-0 pitch, hit it hard, is a loud second out. And now Holiday to Napoli. Funny bounce, race to the bag, and Napoli wins it. Cardinals go in order in the first. Bottom half rolls in. Here in Boston, the rookie Michael Wacha. Starting lineup for Boston here for Game 6, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live boss. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off in center. Dustin Pedroia is in that number 2 spot with David Ortiz, the DH, hitting third. Napoli cleans up. Johnny Gomes is in left, batting 5th. Shane Victorino back in there. Missed a start with a bad back, actually 2, as he was a late scratch in St. Louis. He's in right. Xander Bogaerts is at third. Stephen Drew bats 8th, and David Ross, 3rd straight start for the Boston catcher. And here he is, Michael Wacha, 4-0 this postseason.
Look at those numbers. Fastball, changeup out of the same arm slot. That's very important to get the same effect. About 10 miles per hour difference in the fastball and changeup. He threw 10 breaking balls in his first outing out of 104.
He had a chance to pitch his first postseason start with his club facing elimination in Game 4 of the divisional series in Pittsburgh. And he pitched a no-hitter into the 8th. Here's Ellsbury. Strike one. Jacoby Ellsbury 4 for 20 in this World Series. And Wacha going back to his last regular season start. Over his last 5, he has owned right-handed batters, and now he owns that bat from Jacoby Ellsbury as Jacoby broke it. 0-2 the count.
We talked to John Farrell about the most impressive thing about Wacha. He said he can jam hitters with a 4-seam fastball. Pitchers usually use that pitch for speed and not jamming guys. But Wacha's different. He throws it more heavily than most pitchers do. Unbelievable numbers.
The 0-2. He starts with a strikeout and a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. And so much for being intimidated by the big stage. 3 pitches, 1 out.
Fastball away.
We saw a 91-mile-per-hour pitch on a fastball, 96 miles per hour to get Ellsbury. Here's Pedroia. Here's a shot into left. Down the line. It is foul. Just foul. And Pedroia, who almost had one of those in the ALCS, nearly put his team on top.
This reminds me of the second pitch of the ball game against Colorado in 2007. Second pitch, high fastball from Jeff Francis. That one was fair. This one is foul.
Here's the 0-1. From a near home run to a quiet out. 2 gone. Over the last 5 starts, as Ortiz walks in, Michael Wacha has held right-handed batters to 5 hits in 67 at-bats. This is not a right-handed batter.
No.
And this does not appear to be a batter that was born on this planet. The way he's swinging the bat right now, hitting .733 in this World Series compared to .151 for the rest of his teammates. He has carried this offense. Strike 1.
6 strikes in a row from Wacha.
Ortiz got one over the monster and left in game 2 against Wacha. One of his 2 home runs in this World Series. That's strike 2. Just missed. Pedroia came so close. Wacha then got him. And now drives Ortiz off the plate at 2-2. From Wacha. You talk about electricity in a ballpark. It is intense here at Fenway Park here for game 6.
If Wacha faces David Ortiz, stays in the game long enough to face him 3 or 4 times, it's going to be that type at bat every time.
Changeup bounces in, full count.
In this ballpark that this man can't reach.
Look at what he's done in his World Series career. 04, 07, 2013. And he hits one foul. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming. Between Wacha and Ortiz. Misses, ball 4, 2-out walk.
Wacha did not throw his curveball till the 4th inning of his first outing. And that 3-2 curveball missed.
And now Ortiz has got the guy behind him that he didn't have batting behind him in St. Louis, and that's Mike Napoli. Ortiz the DH, Napoli the first baseman. And a guy who is still haunted by game 6. And that matchup between the Cardinals and the Rangers 2 years ago.
2 years and 2 days ago, October 27th.
Strike 1. He was the catcher for the Texas Rangers when David Freese tied the game in the 9th inning, won the game in the 11th. St. Louis won the next night. Napoli gets another chance at freezing the Cardinals, this time wearing a Red Sox uniform. Here's the 0-1. Strike two. Michael Wacha, the 19th overall pick by the Cardinals last year in June. Misses with a changeup, ball one. A 2-out walk to Ortiz. A strikeout ends the inning. And in the first Game 6 here at Fenway Park since 1975, Dustin Pedroia did all he could to guide it fair like Fisk.
Yeah.
No score after one.
Red Sox don't wait for Game 7. They want to win it tonight, of course.
Alan Craig didn't wait. He goes after the first pitch from Lackey, strike one. Craig, a .315 hitter, 13 home runs, 97 RBIs before he missed the majority of the final month of the regular season. Neither team is hitting.
No, other than Ortiz.
That's it. I mean, the Cardinals as a group are hitting .218. The Red Sox are hitting .205. For John Farrell, the difference has been John Lester on the mound and David Ortiz at the plate. Here's a 1-1. Craig, strike two. John Lackey, the 35-year-old, lives in Fort Worth, Texas. He's pitching this October brilliantly for the Red Sox. He's 1-2. Fouled back.
That was hittable. Middle of the plate fastball, right under the letters. Alan Craig can hit that pitch, just fouled it back.
Lackey was signed before the 2010 season. A big winner with the Angels. Won 14 games in 2010. Here's a 1-2. Outside. 12-12 in that disappointing 2011 when the Red Sox collapsed in September, and Lackey didn't pitch last year as he recovered from Tommy John surgery. This year won 10 games. He has found a new gear in October. His 2-2. Full count. Lackey making his 16th career postseason start. Juan Nieves, the Red Sox pitching coach. Three-two pitch. Craig with that sprained left foot. And the worry is that if you come back too soon, you destabilize that foot. Who knows how long it takes to get right again. Join the roster for the World Series. And he hits a rocket into left. Gomes will play it off the wall, and that's a single all the way for Alan Craig to start the second.
Craig running better tonight than he did in Game 5. This is a fastball out over the plate and a line drive from Craig over the head of Johnny Gomes.
And another dent.
Wall ball.
That 37-foot high green monster here at Fenway.
That thing has taken a beating over the years.
It went out harder than it came in at 101. Gomes played it well. Craig at first. Here's Molina. Strike one. Yadier Molina has been a part of a lineup when his team has faced elimination in the postseason 14 times. He's hit .327. And his team has won 10 of those 14 games. Strike two. Matt Adams, the rookie first baseman, on deck. Here's the 0-2. Foul back.
Molina very good at changing his swing with 2 strikes. Loves to go to right field. Cardinals not a power-laden team, but a very good hitting team with 2 strikes. They know what they're doing. That's why they're here.
Base in left field. Back-to-back singles as Craig and Molina connect off Lackey. 2 on, nobody out.
Another fat part of the plate. Cut fastball. Just hammered by Molina.
During the postseason, any manager's moves are criticized, second guessed, first guessed, third guessed. Whether you're Mike Matheny or you're John Farrell, at some point somebody in your lineup's got to get a big hit. And that's the case for St. Louis. It's Matt Adams who takes high, ball 1. Say what you want about pitching changes, and it should have been this guy instead of that guy out of the bullpen. You took your starter out too soon. Whatever it may be, somebody has to get a hit. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1. For Matt Adams, he played at Slippery Rock. 6'3", 260 from Pennsylvania. Ranked 3rd among National League rookies, hits and RBIs. Nickname is Big City. He was dubbed that by David Freese, and it's stuck. Here's a 1-1. 2-1. Adams hit .316 during the division series against the Pirates. He is only 8 for 40 since.
More than any other Cardinal hitter. Maybe hitters on either side. He likes the ball down.
The 2-1. That's well hit into left. Back is Gomes, and a leap and a catch. And it's 2 on, 1 out.
John Lackey made Adams reach for the ball. When you make a hitter reach for the ball, you rob him of his power. That ball off the plate away. And Adams kind of waved at it. Nice play, Gomes.
The Cardinals in this World Series do not have an RBI out of their 6 through 9 spots. David Freese has been a part of that. And that group in general has hit 161. Freese 3 out of 15. He bats with 2 on, 1 out. He typically knows what to do in Game 6. As he started for St. Louis 2 years ago, takes inside, ball 1.
Joe, you wonder on the base hit to the outfield with Alan Craig on at second base if third base coach Jose Oquendo will send him. That foot really giving him problems.
Yeah. Good pitch by Lackey, ball and a strike.
Tight breaking ball out of the strike zone. Good pitch by Lackey.
Freese has hit 3 home runs when his team has faced elimination in a ball game in the postseason. 1-1. On the outside corner. Strike 2. Out of play. The Cardinals during the regular season hit .330 with runners in scoring position. Different story in this World Series. They led baseball. The count evens 2-2. At 330, the highest ever recorded back into the middle 70s with runners in scoring position.
The top 5 out of 6 guys in the National League were Cardinals in that department.
John Mabry, their hitting coach. Watching a 2-2 to David Freese. Full count.
Now you can't send the runners with Alan Craig on at second base.
Little fly ball into right. Victorino is there. 2 out. And David Freese has been one frustrated hitter this postseason.
Stranding 15 runners.
Here's John Jay. He does not have an RBI in this World Series, just 2 out of 14. Jay during the regular season drove in 67, hit 276. Strike 1. Cardinals had 2 on, nobody out. Hits by Craig and Molina. Adams fly to left, Freese fly to right. It's up to John Jay.
Sometimes as a catcher you cross yourself up. You're impetuous back there. You're trying to give the sign as quickly as possible. There's a sequence and you put down the wrong one. You say, whoa, wait a minute. That's what David Ross did.
Jay takes another strike. It's 0-2. Away, and that's a big wild pitch.
Huge.
With the running speed of Alan Craig, the lead runner now at third.
And Yadier Molina at second base. David Ross goes at this the wrong way. You don't backhand balls in the dirt, but you try to go down with the breaking ball. Skips off the heel of the glove, and a wild pitch on Lackey, but a ball that David Ross normally corrals.
1-2 on Jay. Second and third, 2 out. Second inning, no score. Struck him out. Lackey not as precise so far tonight, but just as effective and just as pumped up. Bottom of the second at Fenway Park. Game 6. No score against Michael Wacha. The Cardinals pitching has averaged over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched in this series. Wacha struck out 2 in the first. That drops in for strike 1.
That's a third curveball that Wacha has featured, and as we said, he didn't throw his first one in his first start until the 4th inning.
Here's the 0-1. Back to back. One a strike, the next missed. A ball and a strike. Johnny Gomes has 1 hit in this World Series, and it was the 3-run shot in Game 4. Here's a 1-1. That's into center. That's a base hit to start the second. Shane Victorino walks in, back in the lineup after missing games 4 and 5 with the bad back. And how about the shoes? Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Those shoes actually were designed by a friend of Victorino's in Philadelphia, and Shane encouraged me to tweet out a photo of the shoes before the game. I was happy to oblige, and I must say, Joe, the fashionistas on Twitter approved.
Victorino takes the ball low. His back has bothered him for the majority of the season, and it flared up on him. He was a late scratch prior to Game 4, did not play Game 5, and here he is back in there in Game 6. 1-0. High from Waka, 2-0. Victorino 0 for 10 in this World Series. Steps out, looks down at Brian Butterfield, the third base coach. And can look for a pitch on 2-0. Ball 3.
Victorino, a very smart hitter. He may take 2 pitches from Waka. You know he's going to take 3-0. He may take 3-1.
We'll find out. Talking to John Farrell about putting Victorino back in there, and he said he's just too important to what we need defensively, like having another center fielder while he plays right. This is a tough right field at Fenway. 3-1 pitch. Second walk handed out by Waka. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the second. And it will be a 22-year-old against a 21-year-old as Xander Bogaerts will step in. 2 on, nobody out.
Red Sox do not like to sacrifice. They're a typical American League team.
Popped up. It's Molina and Freeze. Molina takes care of out number 1. First pitch swinging, and Bogaerts is now 5 for 18 in this World Series.
There are 2 schools of thought on that. One is to take the first pitch after a walk because the pitcher's more inclined to be wild. The one to which I subscribe, and most big league hitters do, is because the pitcher's having a tough time throwing the ball in the strike zone, then he's going to find the middle of the plate and go up there swinging. Bogaerts did, but popped it up.
Here is Stephen Drew, who's been frustrated, but he has not let it affect his defense. We had a chance to talk to him, and while he's bothered, he is not helpless at the plate. A guy who drove in 67 runs and hit 253. He takes strike 1. He thought he had a home run the other night when he flied out to the track in the 5th inning of Game 5. But he is 1 for 15 in this World Series and 4 for 50 in the postseason. A free agent to be. 2 on, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, in the postseason, it's a lot tougher driving balls out when you pull it because of that heavier fall air.
Cardinals put their first 2 on in the top of the inning. Didn't score. Red Sox put their first 2 on this inning. And Matt Carpenter has out number 2. A chance for Boston slipping away unless David Ross, who got the big hit in Game 5, can come up with something out of the number 9 spot.
You hear that term in baseball, clutch hitting. You rarely hear clutch pitching. But it's just as important with men on base to pitch well as it is to hit well from an offensive standpoint.
A hit by Gomes, a walk to Victorino, then 2 foul outs. And now it's David Ross, who is 3 for 12 with 1 important RBI. That came 2 nights ago in a 2-run 7th. Broke a 1-1 tie. And he's up there swinging the bat well. Strike 1. First year with Boston for David Ross. Last year was with Atlanta. John Farrell likes the way he's been looking at the plate and behind it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Saltalamacchia had the majority of the starts behind the plate this year for Boston, but they're riding David Ross. 2 on, 2 out. Strike 2.
Boy, did that tie Ross up. Fastball up and in to David. When a hitter has to bring his hands in like that, you got him. You may not get him the next time, but you got him for that pitch.
Runners at first and second, 2 out. Check swing foul. David Ross talking with home plate umpire Jim Joyce. Strikes out, and Waka is out of the jam with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball to get Ross. Each side put their first 2 on. Each side left 2 in the second. Third inning rolls in Game 6. Cardinals and Red Sox no score. For the Red Sox as they try to clinch it here in front of their home fans. For the first time in 95 years. Here's Descalso, the number 9 batter. Strike 1. Lackey gave up back-to-back hits in the second, then went right through Adams, Freese, and John Jay. Descalso takes strike 2. Descalso 0 for 6 in this World Series. 3 hits this postseason. Matt Carpenter on deck. Back to the top of the order. Right now, struck him out. Second strikeout for John Lackey, and Descalso never took the bat off his shoulder.
Yeah, and 2 other Cardinal hitters took the first 2 strikes also. I'm sure that's something that John Mabry, the left-handed hitting coach of the Cardinals, that's a concern right there. We talked about how important it was first time through the order. The Cardinals haven't scored, but
Carpenter lines a base hit into center. Just past the outstretched glove of Stephen Drew. 1 on, 1 out.
So Carpenter saw Descalso take all 3 pitches and decided, that's not going to happen to me. And ropes one into center field.
Carpenter, who led the National League with 199 hits, has just his 6th hit of this World Series and only his 13th of the postseason. Here's Beltran, who hit a 2-0 pitch hard but was retired his first time. Might be. It is a double play. 6-3 to end the top of the 3rd. Lackey, a quick and easy 3rd inning, top of the order. Season long. Here we are, Game 6 of the World Series. No score, 3rd inning, Ellsbury. Another breaking ball from Waka. We've seen more of that tonight in Game 6 than the Red Sox saw certainly in Game 2. He likes to start at bats with that pitch. But he'll make his millions with his changeup.
And fastball. That curveball right now, a show-me curveball.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ellsbury, leading it off, and that's hard hit, a base hit through the right side. And the Red Sox put their leadoff man on for the 2nd straight inning.
And for the Red Sox, they're concerned on what their leadoff man can do once he gets on. 52 stolen bases on the season. That's 7 more than the Cardinals had as a team. So Ellsbury on, and he has not tried to steal yet against Yadier Molina.
Batter is Pedroia, and a check on Ellsbury. was something we talked about coming into this series, the presence of Molina, who just won his 6th straight Gold Glove award, and a guy who threw out 43% of potential base stealers this year, and Ellsbury on the outside corner from Wacha, strike one. So no stolen base attempts by Ellsbury. If that continues, he'd be the first player to not try to steal a base in the World Series after stealing 50 or more during the regular season since Omar Moreno in 1979. That's foul. The count 0-2. Here's the ALCS Game 6 against the Tigers. And then the first inning tonight. Jumping on the first pitch. And it hooked foul. Pedroia has come close twice, does not have a home run this postseason. They had Ellsbury leaning, but the tag is too late. He was taken off.
Sure looked like it. Not only does he have to watch Wacha on the pickoff, but he's got to watch Molina on the pickoff. Yadier did not have any pickoffs this year. That was close, but he's back. But Molina has 23 pickoffs in the last 5 years.
Here's the 0-2. Shattered bat. Freeze. Gets the out at first. Down to second. Ellsbury one away. Here comes David Ortiz, and here's a conversation between home plate umpire Jim Joyce and Yadier Molina the last time he was up.
This guy is unbelievable. He's fun to watch. He even gets a good hack on the pitches out there.
That was Molina who said this guy is unbelievable, and Jim Joyce saying he's fun to watch, and he has been fun to watch. But with first base open, we're not going to watch him do anything except take a walk down to first. It'll bring up Napoli. We talked to Mike Matheny before the game about Ortiz being in that Barry Bonds treatment category, where any chance you get to take the bat out of his hands, you have to do it. Matheny said he's already been there. We've just had to, at certain times, pitch to him. Not here. And there are the numbers and the reason why he won't get a chance to swing here in the third inning. 2 on, 1 out for Mike Napoli.
John Lackey, Red Sox starter tonight, remembers that Bonds treatment back in 2002 when the Angels won a world championship against the San Francisco Giants.
Napoli digging his way in. First start since game 2 when he faced Michael Wacha. And in that game, Wacha had 2 on, nobody out in the 4th inning and got Napoli to bounce into a double play. Runners on at first and second. Napoli. Strike 1.
Carpenter keeping an eye on Ellsbury at second base. If Wacha gets into a bad pattern of not looking back there, Ellsbury could try to steal third.
Inside, a ball and a strike. A 1-1. Strike 2. Mike Matheny, the Cardinal manager, wanted to take Michael Wacha and have him as one of his starters out of spring training. The Cardinal organization and general manager John Mozeliak, they helped pace the workload for Wacha to have him ready in case the Cardinals got into this spot. Here he is in game 6. And a strikeout for out number 2.
Wow, that was a buzz ball. Let's take a look at the sequence, the pitch by pitch. Fastball inside corner, fastball inside, fouled off. That last pitch was some gas.
And now it's Johnny Gomes.
Into that mitt with a split that Molina uses.
You see what Walker's been able to do when the opposition has threatened. Gomes has a single tonight. 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1 high. Lead runner is Ellsbury. Great speed. David Ortiz behind him at first. Curveball drops in, strike 1. Only RBIs in this World Series for Johnny Gomes. On the 2-out, 3-run home run in Game 4, which was the difference. 2 on, 2 out here, and he gets drilled. That'll load him up.
Walker trying to come inside to Johnny Gomes. I think it hit that padding in the left elbow of Gomes. But probably hurts, but not as much as it would without that padding.
Caught the padding and caught his left forearm. He didn't flinch. The bases are loaded. 2 out for Shane Victorino. Three little birds for Victorino. Bases loaded. And you can see Victorino, he is no stranger to being hit by a pitch. He's been hit 7 times this postseason. And he's already got a grand slam in this postseason. 2-0.
I saw the same thing. He almost leaned into that curveball on that first pitch without attempting to get out of the way. Then the fastball was a ball. Here it is again. See, the pitch was low, and here is 2 grand slams.
2008 Division Series against Milwaukee and Sabathia, while they're Philly, and then Game 6 of this year's ALCS. In the clincher off Jose Veras. Victorino was 2 for 23 before he hit that grand slam. He's 0 for 10 in this World Series, waiting for a 2-0 pitch here.
Waiting for a 2-0 fastball from Walker.
See Molina just trying to slow things down. Here's a 2-0. 2-1, and Molina held it over the outside corner. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. High fly ball to left. This ball is off the monster. 1 run scores. Here comes Ortiz. Here comes Gomes. He is safe. And it's 3-0 Boston.
When you fall behind, your pitches are predictable. Falling behind 2-0, Victorino takes the fastball, and on the 2-1 pitch, knowing he was going to get the fastball, he hits the wall.
Scored easily, and then a mild argument by Molina as we take another look at Johnny Gomes sliding in, and Jim Joyce got that call right.
He did. He reached for the left leg, did Molina, but it wasn't there. That's that straight-in slide, no hook slide by Gomes, and that's why he's safe at home.
It was Game 6 in the ALCS for Victorino. It's Game 6 in this World Series. No grand slam, but he hit it hard with a count in his favor. And the Red Sox lead 3-0. Now Victorino at third, 2 out for Bogarts. Ball 1. Walker's 1-0 pitch. Hard hit right at David Freese, who reacts for the out. Walker frustrated. Victorino anything but. And it's his first hit of this World Series. It's Victorino unloading the bases and starting a celebration at Fenway in the third. We're after 3 in Game 6. Red Sox on top, 3-0. Victorino with the biggest swing of the night. Here's Holiday off the plate, checking on the left side. Bogarts charging, got it, 1 away. First question for John Farrell, manager of the Red Sox, was how they're feeling down in that dugout after the Victorino ball off the wall.
Well, it's better than it was the inning before. I tell you what, Walker's made some huge pitches in some key spots, and you know, he gets a big strikeout on Napoli after the walk to Poppy, but you know, the hit by pitch to Gomes obviously doesn't give him a whole lot of breathing room, and Vic, who came up big in Game 6 against Detroit with a grand slam, similar swing tonight.
John Lackey has made some big pitches too, hasn't he, John?
Yeah, it really has. You know, the curveball he threw to Jay to get the final out in that second inning was key, and you know, he's been so good for us so much this year, and tonight was another example of that in that inning.
I asked you before the game about Victorino getting back in there. You said he's been so big for us, what he does defensively, and then, you know, here he comes up with this big hit. This is a big night, and he's done that a lot for you this season.
Yeah, he sure has. You know, and since he's gone to the right side of the plate, his right-handed swing fits his ballpark so well. He's able to get out in front. He can hook some balls off that wall, and that was the case. But, you know, Joe, before we go, I just want to tell Tim, you know what? All of us are going to miss you. You've had a great run, great career. All the best from us to you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, John. Class act. He's been that way the entire postseason. Very upfront with us as we've covered the Red Sox during the ALCS. And a salute to you, Tim.
Very nice.
In your final postseason here at Fox. Here is a 2-1 pitch to Alan Craig. 2-2. John Farrell set the tone early in spring training after a dismal season last year here in Boston. 93 losses. The last place finish, 26 games out. Worst record for the Red Sox in 48 years. And here they are, leading Game 6, leading this World Series tonight, 3-0.
And when the Red Sox came back in 2004 to beat the Yankees after being down 3-0, and then sweeping the Cardinals 4 in a row, John Farrell was the farm director of the Cleveland Indians. He has held quite a few titles.
Breaking balls driven into left field, and Alan Craig's 2 for 2. That was a hanger from John Lackey, and it's 1-on-1 out here in the 4th inning.
That was a real hanger right there. And the one thing's pretty clear about Alan Craig. If he can't run that well when he's the lead runner, it's going to clog things up for the Cardinals. Cardinals hopeful that somebody can do something in front of Craig, so he's not the lead runner, but a trail runner, middle guy, or the last guy.
Here's Yadier Molina, strike 1. John Farrell then was here as Terry Francona's pitching coach between 2007 and 2010. Spent 2 years as a manager in Toronto, and boy, did this organization bring the right guy in. For 2013. Molina grounds to Pedroia, who boots it, and it's 2 on with 1 out. A rare miscue from Dustin Pedroia, who was thinking double play, and he gets nobody.
And with Molina's wheels, he is not a fast runner. The big thing is Alan Craig got to second faster than I think any of the Cardinals thought he could. Even though Pedroia bobbled the ball, I thought he may have a play on Craig to get the force out. But Allen running as fast as he can down to second base.
That for Dustin Pedroia, who just received word today that he's a Gold Glove Award winner. His first error of the postseason. Now the Cardinals have the tying run at the plate. Matt Adams, 2 on, 1 out. Strike 1 from Lackey. Adams has 1 home run this postseason. That came in the clinching Game 5 win in St. Louis over Pittsburgh in the division series. None since. That's into left field. It is caught by Gomes. Throw behind Craig, and he's back in time. 2 on, 2 out.
Johnny Gomes has become very comfortable in left field with the monster out there. 1 ball hit over his head tonight. He made 2 catches against the wall. And on that play, he comes in. I think shallow. Carl Yastrzemski used to tell me, play shallow in left field, away from the wall, because balls over your head are balls like that. Make sure you can make plays like this.
Now it's David Freese with 2 on, 2 out. Craig and Molina the runners. Freese, strike 1. Cardinals are 0 for their last 11 with runners in scoring position in this series. Freese flying to right with 2 on, 1 out his first time up. It's 2 on, 2 out. Fastball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Red Sox went 3 straight games with 2 errors in this World Series. It was an errorless Game 5. An error has opened the door here in the 4th inning. Strike 2 on Freese. Lackey stops off the mound. Freese looks back at that mound as he's 0 for 2. Lackey pitches around an error in the 4th inning. He and the Red Sox lead 3-0 after 3.5. Play now at MLBFancave.com. 3-0 Boston as they bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Waka brings it home. Pitch number 59 is hit a ton into right center. Back at the wall. It is gone. 4-0 Red Sox. Home run, Stephen Drew.
Lifted it. 4-0 Red Sox.
He's been waiting for that. 13 home runs during the regular season. That's his first of this postseason. A blast into right center. Now David Ross, ball 1. John Farrell's hung with him for his defense. And now he gets in on the fun. Here's a 1-0 to Ross. 2-0. Walker allowed 3 runs in the 3rd inning. First time he's allowed 3 runs in 1 inning since August 19th at Milwaukee. Here's a 2-0. 2-1. Ross struck out with 2 on, 2 out his first time. Two and 2. Lance Lynn, the Game 4 starter, gets loose. Here's a 2-2. One away and strikeout number 5 for Michael Wacha. Let's go back to the home run.
Experienced hitters like Drew will go up there. He's got power. You said 13 home runs. Look for that fastball. If he gets something else, he'll take it. He got the fastball and didn't hop it up.
Now Ellsbury, who got that 3-run rally started last inning, takes a changeup down and in, ball 1. That's ripped into right. Back at the wall. It is up against. And Ellsbury's got a double. And the Red Sox are starting to figure out the rookie Michael Wacha. A laser shot to right by Jacoby Ellsbury.
It was hit as hard as the ball Drew hit, but not as high. Short hopping the wall in right field.
Ellsbury 2 out of 3 and a visit for the second time in this game from Derek Lilliquist. The Cardinal pitching coach is Wacha. It's been a long time since he's given up hits this loud, this hard.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Joe, even though David Ortiz did not get a hit his first 2 times up, he has made his presence felt. The intentional walk with Ellsbury on at second base and 1 out, and then the hit batsman in Johnny Gomes, and then the key hit, Shane Victorino's double. It was 2 outs, I beg your pardon, but that double to clear the bases. So even though Ortiz didn't get a hit, he scored a run and made his presence known.
A homer, a double in the inning. Now it's Pedroia. Dustin committed the error in the top of this inning. He committed only 5 all year. And when you consider the amount of ground he is able to cover, covering the ground and then making good throws, easy to see why he won the Gold Glove. 2-0. Two-0 changeup from Wacha. Drew led off with a home run. Ross struck out. Ellsbury doubled. Now 2-2 on Pedroia.
I'm a little surprised Randy Choate's not up, because Randy Choate has been a one-hitter pitcher, even though it is the 4th inning. But if Pedroia gets on via a walk or something like that, then a right-hander's got to pitch to David Ortiz. You may not have another situation where a left-hander's up there where you can use Choate for one hitter.
It's the immediacy of even the middle innings in an elimination situation. Here's a 2-2. Foul back.
That's right.
You can wait around for the 7th or 8th, but it may be too late. Look at the first 4 starts throughout this postseason. 3 earned runs tonight, 4. Here comes a 2-2 pitch to Pedroia. High fly ball into right center. Beltran back. 2 out. Tagging going to third is Ellsbury. And Pedroia is 0 for 3. Here comes David Ortiz. And with Napoli coming up next, you expect the walk.
Right.
And we'll get the walk. And these fans jammed into Fenway Park, hoping to see the Red Sox win it all here at home for the first time in 95 years. Want to see their DH swing the bat. This will be his 3rd walk, 2nd intentional here tonight. That'll put runners at the corners with 2 out for Napoli. And that's going to be it for Waka. Second visit of the inning. And Matheny is going to take the ball from the rookie, who was brilliant this postseason. Lance Lynn coming in. The rookie, Michael Wacha, exits. Red Sox lead 4-0. It started with Victorino, who played wall ball to clear the bases. Steven Drew a home run in this 4th inning. Red Sox have. And Lance Lynn takes over, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. Pitching in relief this postseason for the 2nd time. Strike 1. Lynn came out of the bullpen and won game 1 of the NLCS against the Dodgers, a 13-inning night. Napoli, 1 ball, 1 strike. Look at the supportive look in the eyes of Yadier Molina.
Great shot.
As Wacha exited here at Fenway Park. Molina will be catching Wacha for years to come. Here's one into center. A base hit. And it's 5-0 Boston on a hit by Napoli.
Once again, when Napoli was a catcher for the Texas Rangers 2 years ago, he saw what the Cardinals could do. They came out of nowhere to win the next 2 games and take the World Series from the Texas Rangers. Trying his best for that not to happen again.
2 on, 2 out, 2 runs home, a 5-0 Boston lead. Here's Johnny Gomes. He has a hit, been hit by a pitch, and he takes the ball low from Lance Lynn.
How about that shot, that amazing shot with that slow motion camera of the bat vibrating. Those waves going through. The ball hit on the end of the bat by a very strong man to drive in the 5th run of this ball game.
That's his 4th RBI. Did not have any since his first at bat of this World Series. That's up and in. 2-0.
One more time. Check this out.
Goes for a 2-out RBI single into center. Johnny Gomes trying to add to a 5-run Boston lead. Up on the count here, 3-0. Victorino may get yet another chance with the bases loaded. Bases loaded. And again, it's Shane Victorino. Will it be Lynn or Manus? Talk about picking their spots in this World Series. Napoli is only hit prior to the RBI single in this 4th inning, a 3-run double in Game 1. Gomes was 0 for 9 before a 3-run home run in Game 4. David Ross 2 for 10 until the game-winning RBI in Game 5, and then Victorino was 0 for 10 before the 3-run double in the 3rd inning. It goes after the first pitch, pops it up, right side, out of play. You could throw in Stephen Drew if you want on that list. He was 1 for 16 with an infield single.
He fits that list, absolutely.
Before his leadoff home run here in the 4th. Victorino in his postseason career with the bases loaded 5 for 7 with 2 grand slams and 19 RBIs. He has another chance. That's a base hit to left. 1 run scores. That's Ortiz. They're home Napoli. It's 6-0. Shane Victorino, 20 RBIs. With the bases loaded in his postseason career, a line drive into left.
Slider that he hits in front of Matt Holliday. Good throw by Holliday. Strong throw. Not a good throw, but a strong one to keep Napoli at 3rd.
Everybody moved up 1 spot. Mike Matheny's going back to his bullpen for the 8th man to bat in the inning. Lance Lynn didn't get anybody. Seth Manus checks in. It's Game 6. It's all Boston so far, up 6-0. Bases are loaded. Seth Manus on the mound, 2 out. Xander Bogaerts at the plate. First pitch swinging again, strike 1. David Ortiz, the Cardinals have elected to pitch around David Ortiz all night. Others have stepped up. Doesn't this shot say it all about Game 6? Victorino and Arnie Baylor smiling at first base while the Cardinals make their 2nd pitching change here in the 4th. Strike 2 on Bogaerts. So you pitch around David Ortiz with good reason. Napoli an RBI single behind him in this inning. Victorino a 3-run double. Now another RBI hit. Drew a home run. It's 6-0. The 0-2. The strikeout ends the inning. It's been a lot of Shane Victorino and the Red Sox tonight.
Why do you love October? To go crazy with my teammates.
Eastern, your new home for Big East basketball. Fox Sports 1. To find it on your provider, go to foxsports1.com right now. Here's John Jay. Fifth inning, and a strike starts the at-bat from John Lackey. Lackey pitched around a hit and an error in the fourth inning. He's allowed 4 hits on the night. 1-1 on Jay, who struck out his first time. He was batting in the second with no score at the time. Second and third, 2 out. And Lackey got him. Strike 2. Kevin Segrist, the left-hander, getting loose. Here's a 1-2. 2-2.
The first World Series that we did together was back in 1996. In Game 4, the New York Yankees were trailing the Atlanta Braves 6-0.
Here's a chopper going to test Stephen Drew. Gloves it, throws it away. It stays in play, and the leadoff man is on.
Joe Torre had a meeting with his hitters and said, let's cut it in half. The New York Yankees scored 3 in the 6th. They tied it on a 3-run home run by Jim Leyritz on Mark Wohlers, and then they won the game in the 10th inning. I'm sure the Cardinals would take that right now to cut this lead in half.
It's Descalso. No ruling yet as to whether that's a hit or an error. It's a base hit for John Jay. His 3rd hit of this World Series. He's on. Descalso up. Strike 1 outside corner from Lackey. As many hits tonight for the Cardinals against Lackey as they had in Game 2 when he got into the 7th. Lackey suffered the loss that night when the bullpen could not hang on to the lead. Here's a 1-1 to Descalso. Strike 2. There's the night so far for the Boston right-hander. A 1-2. That is line caught by Drew. 1 away.
Good play by Stephen Drew. Ball hit hard, but Drew was there, making sure.
And it's 1-on-1 out. Back to the top of the order. Descalso. Still hitless in this World Series. Now 0 for 8. Carpenter singled his last time up. Hit the ball hard twice, and he takes a strike.
But Lackey, his first pitch striking the Cardinals throughout this game. That confidence of a 6-run lead. 15 of 19 first pitch strikes by Lackey tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here is a 1-1 pitch. Hard hit, base hit into right. And it's 2 on with 1 out for Carlos Beltran, who has 16 career postseason home runs. Beltran hit a 2-0 pitch hard into shallow right. His first time. Pedroia was there waiting for it, got the out. Bounced into a double play in the 3rd inning. And now bats with 2 on and 1 out here in the 5th. Cardinals looking for that big hit. Trying to jump back into this game. Ball 1. And Ross is going to go chat with Lackey. While We have a second. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Joe, the one thing John Lackey has had throughout this playoff run is perspective. And I talked to him before Game 5 in St. Louis, and he said the one thing he's really trying to do is enjoy this run. He said, it's taken me 11 years to get back here. And with everything I've been through in Boston, I'm doing things I haven't done before, sitting in the dugout, taking in all the games, cheering on my teammates. I asked him about the perspective he'd have tonight on the mound. He said, I'll be ticked off as usual.
He drops a curveball in with a 1-0 count. That evens in this at bat for Beltran. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jay, the lead runner at second. Matt Carpenter at first. Down and in, 2-1. That's what Beltran has done this postseason. 8 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Here's a 2-1. 2-2. Center, Victorino back. 2 out, tagging and advancing is Jay. First and third, 2 down. Last year in the division series, Game 5, final game of that series in Washington, the Cardinals trailed 6-0 in that winner-take-all game and came back to win 9-7. to get into the NLCS, which they led 3-1. Heading back to the West Coast after losing Game 5 to Barry Zito, up 3-2. Losing to the Giants, the eventual world champs, after their 4-game sweep of Detroit. Now it's first and third, 2 out for Matt Holliday. Strike 1.
If you're John Lackey, you stay away from Holliday. The Cardinals have pitched him inside the whole series. But now, if you miss inside, the Cardinals could cut it in half. You don't want that. He's going to hit the ball hard. Make him hit it hard the other way.
Here's the 0-1. Setting up outside, now the count 0-2. And a guy who says he sees the ball better here in this park than any other. And this crowd wants the top of the 5th to end right here. Popped up. Victorino. The Cardinals have stranded 6. And we're halfway through game number 6. Lackey doing his part. Victorino doing his part. 6-0 Boston. On Fox. Kevin Segrist is the new pitcher. And a fastball misses for ball 1 to Stephen Drew. 4th pitcher of the night for St. Louis. He takes over from Manus, who got 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Drew, then Ross, then Ellsbury. The Red Sox leading 6-0, bottom of the 5th. Segrist brings it. Breaking ball misses, ball 2. Strike 2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just outside a full count. Drew homered his last time up. Only his second hit. Second RBI in this series. Now he hits a rocket to Matt Adams. 1 out. Let's go back to ALCS Game 2. Bases loaded. David Ortiz with a grand slam, and there's now famous Officer Steve Horgan in the bullpen to start that 4th inning, celebrating again. He's a good luck charm out in that bullpen for the Boston Red Sox, and they honor him here at Fenway.
Absolutely.
1 out, nobody on. The batter is David Ross. Ball 1 inside. Ross 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, but he's made his presence felt in this World Series behind the plate and at it. That RBI double to unlock a 1-1 game in Game 5. Strike 1.
You think about how things changed after that grand slam by David Ortiz. Had he not hit that grand slam, the Red Sox probably lose that game. They're down 2-0 going back to Detroit and facing Verlander. They only scored 1 run against Verlander anyway. Lackey came up with a great game. But I mean, they could very easily have been down 3-0 had Ortiz not hit that grand slam home run.
A 2-out grand slam.
Yeah.
Off Joaquin Benoit, the closer for the Tigers. As it is, the Red Sox wrapped that ALCS up in 6 games, and shortly thereafter, Jim Leyland announces his retirement as manager of the Tigers. Now we're in Game 6 of the World Series. The Red Sox lead 3-2 and lead Game 6 6-0. A little bit after 10 o'clock in the East, so a game summary as we play here at Fenway Park. Shane Victorino with 4 RBIs tonight. Stephen Drew has an RBI, Napoli the other. 95 years since the Red Sox clinched it all here at Fenway 1918. The 2-2 into center. Jay is back. 2 out. The batter will be Ellsbury, who is headed for free agency whenever this World Series is over. As is the Cardinal right fielder, Carlos Beltran.
As is Stephen Drew, the shortstop for the Red Sox.
Segrist with 2 out. Strike 1. Ellsbury 2 for 3 tonight. And now 6 out of 23 in this World Series. He scored twice.
And Joe, he will have a lot of suitors this winter. You know that.
The 0-1. Ken Rosenthal is with us. Where do you think Ellsbury is headed in free agency?
Well, Joe, he is from Oregon, and the Seattle Mariners need a center fielder and a leadoff hitter. They have money to spend. That is one obvious choice. Another could be Texas. That's a team that has long coveted Ellsbury.
That is down for ball 2, 2-1. Kenny, it seems like everything you read leads you to believe these are the last days, maybe the last day in a Red Sox uniform for Ellsbury. That's a ground ball to second. Booted by Carpenter. Ellsbury is on. In the top of the 5th inning, rather the bottom half continues, and it looks like another error on Carpenter, his 3rd of the postseason. And it is. One on, 2 out, and the batter will be Pedroia. Dustin rewarded with a contract extension. A new deal to keep him here in Boston. John Axford, the big right-hander, gets loose. An error continues this 5th. Pedroia 0 for 3 tonight. They have Ellsbury running early and now caught in a rundown. It continues and he's safe back to the bag.
Now the one thing you try not to do is to get a pitcher caught in a rundown. They're not conditioned for rundowns, and Ellsbury with a great job to get by Kevin Segrist. Up too far, Ellsbury knew it, and gets back to the bag. Albeit a lot tired than he would have been.
But not just giving the out up 6-0.
That's right.
And the count's 0-1 on Pedroia.
They have another chance to run right here.
Strike 2. Each side has an error now. Each second baseman has an error. Lackey able to pitch around Pedroia's error in the 4th. Segrist trying to pick up Carpenter here in the 5th. That would have gone down as a stolen base attempt if he had been caught. Ellsbury was not. Still has not attempted one. Manus came on last inning, struck out the only batter he faced, Bogarts. First inning of work for Segrist. An error has kept him out there. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Pedroia flies it into right, easy for Beltran. And we go to the 6th inning. Game 6. It's 6-0. There will be Alan Craig, who has 2 of the 6 St. Louis hits. Breaking ball is low for ball 1. Craig singled to lead off the 2nd, singled with 1 out in the 4th. He is now 6 out of 14 in this World Series as he skies one into center for Ellsbury. 1 out. Batter will be Molina. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart. By Thor: The Dark World in theaters November 8th. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 1 out, nobody on for Molina, who's been on base twice with a hit. He reached on an error. Hard hit. Pedroia picks it. Gets the out. 2 gone. Even Dustin has to smile after that.
He has every reason to smile after this play. Vintage Pedroia.
I don't know if he was smiling because of the play he made or because of that little looper he threw over to Napoli, realizing Molina was running and he had plenty of time. Either way, he has been a joy over the years to watch. Here's Matt Adams. You pick the era. You pick the team in whatever era you want to pick. And Dustin Pedroia would fit right in.
Any of them.
Adams 0 for 2 and now set up at 0 2. How about Lackey? $10 and over, up to $4 million. For more information, visit mastercard.com/dogood. The fans finally get a chance to see David Ortiz, who did draw the conventional walk back in the first inning at the end of a long at bat against Michael Wacha, and was intentionally walked in the third and the fourth. His fans want to see him do something here in Game 6. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In a single World Series, most times reaching base, 18, tying with Marty Barrett, Mickey Mantle, behind Barry Bonds in 02. That was a 7-game series. The count 2-1. Part of the order: Ortiz, Napoli, and Gomes. Play 2-2.
He just does not swing through pitches. We talked about it in the opening. Starting with this game, he had swung through, had swung and missed 3 of 73. Of course, he's been walked intentionally twice tonight. He is seeing the ball as well as he can see it.
Here's a 2-2. That is outside. 97 from Segrist. It's a full count.
That's an example. Fastball right on the corner, and he held up.
He's homered off Segrist already in this series, and he strikes out. At 97 from the rookie left-hander.
First strikeout in 10 games for David Ortiz. That's 10 postseason games against the best pitchers in the business.
And that strikeout is the end of the night for Kevin Segrist. Napoli coming up. Carlos Martinez coming in out of the Cardinal pen. 1 out, nobody on in the 6th inning, and Mike Napoli first up. Challenged with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Napoli, then Gomes. Breaking ball is upstairs, a ball and a strike. Napoli with his RBI base hit in the 4th inning. That breaking ball is low, ball 2. Now has 14 World Series RBIs against the Cardinals, which is the most all time. He came in tied with Lou Gehrig with his 13. 2-2.
And anytime you are mentioned in the same breath as the Iron Horse, you've done something.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals in the 7th inning will have the bottom 3 in their lineup: Freese, Jay, and Descalso. Here's a 2-2. Got him on the outside corner. 2 gone.
What tough slider from Martinez gets Napoli. He is nicknamed Little Pedro for a reason. What a bright future he has ahead of him.
Johnny Gomes will dig his way in. Been on base 3 times tonight with a walk. Been hit by a pitch. That preceded the 3-run double by Victorino, and he is singled. Strike 1.
Why does he go by the moniker of Little Pedro? Boston fans saw number 45 for years here.
Holds the glove in the same spot.
Yeah.
He's got that freedom.
Oh, that freedom of shoulder movement.
He misses outside.
Saw Pedro, Little Pedro, and now we'll see both of them.
Here's a 1-2 pitch to Gomes. Chopped short. Descalso gets the high hop, gets the out. And Segrist and Martinez have a perfect 6th. 7th inning rolls in, game 6. Cardinals bat down by 6. Back after this from your local Fox station. Seventh inning rolls in game 6. Chilly night at Fenway Park. First up, David Freese. Strike 1. Freese is 0 for 2. And he has left 4 runners on here tonight. 2 in the 2nd, 2 more in the 4th. Fastball in at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, 0-2.
Having the luxury of getting ahead, throwing the ball out of the strike zone, and making David Freese commit, he did.
And with 1 out, nobody on, the batter will be John Jay, who's 1 for 2. An infield hit his last time up. Now he checks on Pedroia, who gets in front of it, gets the out. 2 down. Give you the Geico in-game box score for the Cardinals. They have 6 hits. But Lackey has pitched so well with runners in scoring position, with guys on. So far, no runs. Alan Craig and Matt Carpenter, the only 2 in the Cardinal lineup with more than 1 hit. Here's Descalso 0 for 2. Lined out his last time up. Waka, the starter, 3 2/3, 6 runs on 5 hits. They chant the name of Lackey, a guy who came here in 2010, given a big deal, pitching this October better than he ever has with the Boston Red Sox. Ground ball fair. Pass first down the right field line, and Descalso watches Victorino make a great play to hold Descalso to a 2-out single.
That's what John Farrell, to reiterate what you said earlier, that's why he told us before the game that Victorino gives him so much flexibility in right field. He's by far the best right fielder he has, and he shows it. The premium tonight is 4 runs driven in also.
First World Series hit for Descalso here in 2013. And the batter is Matt Carpenter. Carpenter has 2 hits. He takes strike 1. Misses. A ball and a strike. Strike two. Junichi Tozawa getting loose just in case. You know John Lackey doesn't want to give up the baseball.
Never does.
Ahead on the count to Carpenter, 1-2. Fair past third, and a diving Bogarts into the corner. Descalso will head to third. They are going to hold him there on a double by Carpenter. And Matt Carpenter's 3 out of 4 here in Game 6.
Good 2-strike hitting by Carpenter, getting it past Bogarts. That ball, you know, we don't have a real good shot from this angle, but it looked like the ball really got hung up in the corner there. If it weren't a 6-0 ball game, I think Descalso tries to score. But when you're trailing by 6 in the 7th inning, no chance. Can Jose Oquendo send Descalso at third base? You got to hold him up.
Now it's Beltran, who again has a chance to cut the lead in half. Had 2 on back in the 5th and fly to right. 2nd and 3rd. Beltran takes strike 1. A little more urgency with Tozawa in the bullpen. Beltran 4 for 4 this postseason with runners in scoring position, 2 out. Strike 2.
One of the quirkinesses, if that's a word, here at Fenway Park is when a ball's down in that left field corner, the third base coach almost has to go out to the line to see it, because from the box you can't see down there. But holding him up was certainly proper.
Here's the 0-2. Base hit left field. 1 run scores. Carpenter will be held at third. The Cardinals are on the board. It's a 6-1 game as Beltran knocks home Descalso.
Through the deserted third base position. The shift was on, so the shift giveth and taketh away. Here it taketh away.
And now with runners at the corners. And 2 out. Holiday coming up. Lackey's going to do his best to try and stay in this game. And he convinced John Farrell to leave him in. This is my guy, he says to John Farrell before he even gets out there.
He told Mike Scioscia that about within the last 6 years. This is mine, Soch. This is mine, Soch. Mike Scioscia, the manager of the Angels.
Here's Holiday. 1st and 3rd, 2 out.
And again, keep the ball away.
Holiday could make this a 2-run game.
If he does, make him hit it out to right, not left.
1 ball, 1 strike. Holiday homered here in game 1. He homered 2 nights ago in game 5. 0 for 3 tonight and 1 for 13 against John Lackey. Three straight hits. Holiday. That gets away. It'll send Beltran down to second. And it's a 3-1 count on the Cardinal left fielder.
Now a single cuts it in half.
Should be the second wild pitch of the night for John Lackey. It is. Holiday sitting on a pitch on 3-1. Foul straight back. And it's a full count.
Holiday had a pitch to hit then and missed it. It's fouled it back.
Another one out of play.
So far, 6 straight fastballs to Matt Holliday from Lackey.
Holiday 4 home runs this postseason. Came into tonight a career in 10 games, 381 hitter in this park. The last hurdle for Lackey. And he has walked Holiday to load the bases. David Ross is going to go out. Farrell is going to come out, and that's it for Lackey. Alan Craig is coming up. These fans will let John Lackey feel their appreciation in Game 6. Game here in the 7th. Alan Craig coming up. Hit .454 during the regular season with runners in scoring position. 3rd highest average since 1974. Alan Craig in his career with the bases loaded has hit .424, including the postseason. Lackey's night is over. And he gives way to Tazawa with the bases loaded in a 5-run game. Alan Craig, 2 for 3 tonight. Lights up with men on. Ball 1. The Cardinals' only grand slam during World Series play, hit by Ken Boyer at Yankee Stadium, Game 4 of 1964. Here's a 1-0. Ground ball stopped by Napoli. Flips for the out. And the Cardinals now have left 9. They get only 1 and trail by 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a World Series to remember in more ways than one. Thanks to the support you've shown for our troops all season long. Bank of America recently donated $1 million to Welcome Back Veterans and Wounded Warrior Project to help our service members and veterans succeed here at home. And as a result of the overwhelming gratitude you've shown for their service, Bank of America will continue to donate $1 for each message of support using hashtag TroopThanks through the conclusion of this World Series. And now we join PA announcer Henry Mahegan for the introduction of God Bless America.
To lead us in the singing of God Bless America and representing all of the active duty, reserve, guard, and civilian professionals faithfully serving in the United States Air Force across the globe, please welcome Master Sergeant Jennifer Dashnaw, Technical Sergeant Richard Vasquez, Technical Sergeant Nico Ellison, and Staff Sergeant Rachel Weber, the United States Air Force Heritage of America Quartet.
Beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet
Here's Shane Victorino, the hitting star tonight. He's got 4 of the 6 RBIs for Boston. He missed 2 games with a bad back. Breaking ball stays inside. The count 1-1.
When Shane was a senior in high school in Hawaii, he kicked a 48-yard field goal. University of Hawaii offered him a scholarship to be a defensive back. After tonight, I think Shane made the right decision.
Yeah, he's involved in his 3rd World Series. He's already got a ring. First year with the Red Sox is Brandon Workman. A guy who started the season in Double-A is getting loose. Count's gone to 2-1 from Carlos Martinez. Fly ball into left. Holiday comes to get it. 1 out. Let's look at what the Red Sox have been able to do throughout this postseason. They took care of Matt Moore and David Price at the Tampa Bay Rays in the division series in games 1 and 2. They got Verlander in game 3, Scherzer in game 6 during the ALCS. And now here in this World Series, they've defeated the top starter for the Cardinals, Adam Wainwright, 2 times in games 1 and 5. Here's a fly ball into right. 2 out. In this World Series, Adam Wainwright is 0-2 with an ERA of 4.50 as he's gone head-to-head with John Lester twice. And Lester, Tim, is 2-0 in this World Series, 1 earned run and 15 1/3 innings pitched. And he's 4-1 this postseason with an ERA of just over 1.5.
Being masterly with that cutter inside and outside to right-handed batters.
Stephen Drew takes a strike. This is a Red Sox team that is up here in game 6, 6-1. Lead this World Series prior to this inning as a group, hitting only .214. But they have had big hits from different guys when it's mattered the most. He has one of them, which happened in game 5 to break a 1-1 tie in a 2-run 7th. Here's a fly ball into left, a base hit. And Stephen Drew is 2 for 4 tonight.
Red Sox fans in the area were chanting for Jose Iglesias to play instead of Stephen Drew. Iglesias was traded to the Detroit Tigers, and then Stephen Drew had to battle Xander Bogaerts, who is a natural shortstop. And yet John Farrell persisted with the best defensive shortstop he had, and Drew has rewarded him with 2 hits tonight, 1 a home run.
And really good defense throughout the entire postseason.
Yeah.
1 on, 2 out. Ross takes ball 1. In the 8th inning, St. Louis will have Molina, Adams, and Freese. Workman getting ready for that. Tazawa came on to get Alan Craig on a ground out with the bases loaded as Martinez checks on Drew. A 1-0. Hard hit, but right at John Jay. And the inning is over. Let's go to the 8th inning. Molina will try and get it started for the Cardinals, down by 5. 2/3, 1 run, 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Tazawa got the only man he faced. The bases loaded in the 7th. And here's Brandon Workman. Big piece of the bullpen puzzle for John Farrell this October. Yadier Molina first up. Strike 1. Workman was the losing pitcher in Game 3 in St. Louis, the game that ended with that obstruction call at third base. Red Sox won Game 4. They won Game 5. They lead Game 6. Here's the 0-1.
Cardinals with 6 outs to get 5 runs at least.
Here's a 1-2. 2-2. Bullpen for the Red Sox is quiet. Breslow has been up. Cardinals proved in the 7th inning that this game is not over. Leaving the bases loaded, they've stranded 9. 2-2 pitch to Molina. Into right field. Victorino got a good jump. 1 out. He almost got too good of a jump.
You're right. Almost overran it.
Here's Jim Joyce, the home plate umpire, making a friend here at Fenway.
How are you? How long you been coming here?
70 years.
That's
Every game.
absolutely. It's great to see you. Pretty good. Later on.
And there he is.
That's since 1953 he's been coming here. So he saw the splendid Splinter many times.
First pitch of ball to Matt Adams. Cardinals still do not have an RBI from the 6 through 9 spots. And they've had their chances here tonight. But that group hasn't had an RBI in this series. There's Pedroia. 2 out. Here's David Freese, who struck out his last time 0 for 3. Cardinal third baseman without an RBI in this World Series. Freese, strike one. Chopper to third, Bogarts. Inning over. A 1-2-3 inning for the rookie Brandon Workman. Pedroia, another good play. And they're starting to gather. Sixth pitcher of the night for St. Louis. It's Randy Choate. 6-1 Red Sox. Bottom of the eighth. Ball one outside. Ellsbury tonight has been on base 3 times with 2 hits, and he reached on an error. 2-0. Ellsbury leading off. Takes ball 3-0. Koji Uehara, the closer for the Red Sox, getting loose.
One of the few non-save situations he'll come into.
Choate walks the leadoff man. And on the heels of that walk, we'll send it to Aaron Andrews.
Joe, thanks so much. I'm here with Arthur D'Angelo, who's been a season ticket holder here at Fenway Park for 65 years. These same seats, 3 generations with him here tonight. He has never missed a game. What would it be like for you to finally see the Red Sox win a World Series game here?
Great feeling. Financially, I'm all set in life. But this is continue for the next generation and generations to come.
Now, he actually told me you need to hurry up because I have to go back to work. You work at a convenience store across the street that sells hats and shirts. How well you think you're going to do tonight?
65 years I've been doing that. So I'll keep doing it as long as I live. I'm 88 years of age. I don't know how long I'm going to be around. But I'll keep doing it as long as I can.
Joe, back up to you then.
All right. Thanks to both of you. Bottom of the 8th, pitching change. Trevor Rosenthal takes over in the 8th. Run game. Dustin Pedroia first to face him. Dustin does so much day in and day out for this Red Sox team. As he fouls it away, he has got a streak that's in jeopardy here. He came in having reached base in 20 straight home postseason games, which is the best streak in franchise history. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Make it 0 for 4 with 2 groundouts, 2 flyouts, and waiting for an 0-1 from Trevor Rosenthal. And a check on Ellsbury. Here is an 0-1 pitch. Chop to second. Out at second. No throw to first. And we came into this game talking about the pitching and the matchup of the kid and the veteran. And tonight it was the veteran, John Lackey, and he's been just like this really all postseason.
He has just been brilliant throughout the postseason. I think the biggest game, well, of course, the biggest game is a clincher tonight for his start. He did his work, giving up only 1 run in 6 2/3. But that game he pitched against Detroit, he'll never forget that game. You ask him in 25, 30 years, what was the best game you ever pitched? He'll answer, Game 3 in Detroit.
The series was tied in the ALCS at a game apiece, and it was coming on the heels of this man, David Ortiz, hitting that game-tying grand slam in Game 2 that happened with 2 out in the 8th. Steve Horn, our editorial consultant, was talking during the break about how David Ortiz, if it stays like this, is clearly, that'll be a balk, as Rosenthal stumbled coming off before he could let go of the baseball.
Looked like he got a spike hung up on the pitching rubber, and Mike Matheny out to make sure he's all right. You could break an ankle like that. He appears to be all right.
He said he was fine. He was telling Matheny and Greg Hawk to stay in the dugout, but just to finish the point about David Ortiz with what he's done at the plate, what Steve was saying, I mean, you look at what John Lester has done on the mound in this World Series.
Yeah.
He's 2-0, 1 earned run, 15 in the 3rd innings pitched. And in the matchup of the aces, he got the better of Adam Wainwright not once but twice in this World Series. And now after the balk, it takes the bat out of the hands of David Ortiz.
He has been walked 3 times now intentionally this evening, scoring 2 runs in the 3rd and 4th innings. I think I'd give it to Ortiz. I mean, that would be my vote right now. But John Lester, where would the Red Sox be without John Lester? The answer is you don't know.
Well, the series was tied at 2 apiece, and then Lester beat Wainwright in Game 5. And now Boston 3 defensive outs away from their 8th championship in franchise history. Coming up on America's new 24-hour sports network, Fox Sports 1, full live post-game coverage from Fenway. LeBron in Philly, and Allen Iverson officially retires. It's all coming up on Fox Sports Live. There's a celebration here after tonight's game. It will be covered and covered well. 2 on, 1 out for Napoli. Strike 1. Napoli has 2 hits in this World Series. One was a 3-run double in Game 1, and the other an RBI hit in the 4th inning tonight. Strike 2.
No World Series team in recent memory has made more economic use of their base hits than the Red Sox in this series.
Out of play. Napoli trying to avoid striking out for the 4th time tonight. Two on, 1 out, nothing in 2 the count. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. Now at 2-2. Full count. With 3 intentional walks handed to Ortiz tonight, ties a World Series record. Barry Bonds and Albert Pujols the other 2. There's a 3-2. Strikeout for the second out. We have said it a couple of times already tonight. If it happens here tonight, the Red Sox will clinch a World Series here at home for the first time in 95 years. And a couple of notes. Final game back in 1918 in the win over the Cubs was on September 11th, as you read. Regular season ended on September 2nd due to the World War I work or fight order. With 2 on, 2 out. Here is Johnny Gomes, strike 1. Babe Ruth pitched a 6-hit shutout in game 1. And 8 strong innings in a game 4 win. And there's the clincher, September 11th. Game 6, 2-1 win behind Carl Mays.
Well, here it is 95 years later, and the Red Sox have worked and fought to get this far.
In every round of the postseason, here's a comebacker to Rosenthal. And now they're 3 outs away from their 8th championship in franchise history. Let's go to the 9th. Game 6, 6-1 Boston. Boston Red Sox as Koji O'Hara takes over and finds strike 1 on John Jay. 7 saves, an ERA of .71. A big reason why the Red Sox are in this position. Jay pops it into left center. It's Gomes, 1 away. Here's Descalso. When the Red Sox won that 1918 World Series, they were a perfect 5-0 in World Series played. And the clincher, Babe Ruth, entered as a defensive replacement in the 8th inning. And it wouldn't be another World Championship for 86 years.
Babe Ruth was known for his defense, right?
Here's a strike 1-1 on Descalso. The 86-year drought ended in 2004. The 4-game sweep over the Cardinals. That's strike 2. The Red Sox trying to win their 3rd World Series in the past 10 years now. As Descalso pops it up. Gomes is there again. 2 out. These great Red Sox fans have not seen a World Series clinching victory here at Fenway. There's not anybody in the stadium tonight who's ever seen it. Strike 1 on Carpenter. One ball, 1 strike. Check swing. He held up 2-1. Great pitching by Lackey. Tazawa, Workman. Big night at the plate for Victorino. That is ripped foul. Two and two. Caught a piece of Beltran in the on-deck circle. celebrate. And so are these fans. It hasn't happened at Fenway Park for 95 years. The Red Sox are world champions. Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Shane, this is the first Red Sox team to win a World Series at Fenway Park since 1918. How much did you guys talk about that, the idea of making history?
You know what, honestly, with this team, man, we focused all year long. Our goal from day one was to be the best team that we could possibly be. Did we know we'd end up here? That was our goal. We worked hard every single day. Hey, we're world champs. Can't believe it.
Well, Shane, you've won a World Series, but we all know what happened here in April at the Marathon. How much more meaningful is it to win this series in this park, in this city?
Hey, all those that were affected in this tragedy, Boston strong. Thank you very much. That's all I got to say.
Now, what about your bases loaded at bat, the first one? It seems like you have some magic with the bases loaded in the postseason.
Hey, it's just, my parents always told me, take every moment, live every moment, love every moment. I just went up there and said, hey, I'm getting another moment. I missed 2 games. It's time to shine, do what you can. And I was able to get a good hitter's count. I was able to put a ball off the wall and enjoy every moment of it, Ken.
Shane, congratulations. Now over to Aaron Andrews.
Kenny, thanks so much. I'm here with John Lackey, who told me back in St. Louis it's taken 11 years to get back here. And you also said you weren't going to put it in perspective until it's over. All right, it's over. What does this mean?
We're going to have some fun tonight. It was awesome atmosphere here tonight. The guys on the team are so awesome. I'm really fired up to just be part of this. And it's pretty cool.
Take a minute. Listen to these fans. You've been through a lot here in Boston, John. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
One more question. We promised to let you go. We saw you fighting your manager. As always, you didn't want to come off the mound. What did you say to him as you took an exit?
I probably can't say all that, but I wanted to stay in there. I wanted to get that last out in that inning. Didn't work out. Taz came in, did a great job, and the rest of the guys in the bullpen shut it down. So, great team win for a great team.
Great job by you. Enjoy this. Kenny, over to you.
Thanks, Aaron. We're here with Johnny Gomes. Johnny, you just instructed me what to ask you. The team was 10-1 with you starting in the postseason. How'd that happen?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of sabermetrics and there's a lot of numbers and stuff, the whole WAR stat, but when we go to playoffs, it's you want me to go to war with, so Man, I say I work inside a museum, but this is the loudest a museum's been in a long time.
Now, Johnny, the other night you told me that if the Red Sox won the World Series at Fenway Park for the first time in 95 years, it would be one of the biggest wins in sports history. Why did you say that?
Well, I'm a believer in as soon as we went to Fort Myers, the movie's already been written. All we had to do was press play, and this is what happened.
Now, the atmosphere in here tonight, the fans chanting, cheering all night long, on their feet. How would you describe it?
Well, I think I'd screw it up if I decide to describe it with words. I'm going to describe it with actions when this place is rocking and rolling.
Johnny, congratulations.
Right on.
Joe, back to you.
Well said by the starting left fielder here tonight. As Ken said, the Red Sox 10-1 when he gets a start in the outfield. And here's the final out on a strikeout. Fitting for Koji Uehara. Such a big part of the championship here with the Red Sox. The celebration is on at Fenway Park. David Ortiz, a Langley MVP. The presence in that lineup. John Lester so good on the mound. The bullpen work. The timely hits. The defensive work. The job by guys like Pedroia and Stephen Drew. Pedroia's got his second. Ortiz has got his third. And so do these Red Sox fans over the last 10 years. We'll come back with a trophy presentation on the other side of the break.